Hey boys and girls, welcome to another super exciting, outrageous toy review. Today I'm here with my friend Derek, and we're talking about Monsters in My Pocket again. But this time, instead of talking about all the little monsters, we have a bunch of merchandising related to the brand. One of the things I have right here that stands out is this bright red lunchbox with the Monsters in My Pocket logo and some monsters actually in a pocket. They took that pretty literally. I thought this lunchbox was pretty cool as a kid, but I already had a Return of the Jedi lunchbox, and this didn't quite top that.
Yeah.
So I didn't beg for it. Inside is a thermos that features more monsters. It's got the logo there with the Hobgoblin and a bunch of the classic Monsters in My Pocket Series 1 monsters there. And when you get all the way around, it's got Monster Mountain, which was sort of like the theme of Series 1. They all lived on this volcano mountain together. And there was even a display case that looked like that Monster Mountain. It was like a plastic backdrop. You actually had it as a kid.
I still have it.
You still have it. And this is actually the back of the box from Derek's Monster Mountain. His mom carefully cut this off and gave it to me. And I had it hanging on the door in my room at my parents' house for literally years. Like forever. Yeah. As long as I've had it, it's always been there. And one of us checked off all the monsters eventually. So, I guess that was me. I don't know.
Well, we both got them all.
We both got them all, so...
No way of knowing now.
No way of knowing now. Can Bigfoot beat the Mummy? Yes, needs more points. So, Monster Mountain, the lunchbox. You've got trading cards in front of you there, which I think are really beautiful.
They are beautiful.
I love the artwork on those. I read online there was 2 women that painted all those, and they actually did multiple series of them, but we never saw Series 2 cards.
No, we did not.
So I don't know if they were more of a Europe exclusive or South America, because the monsters were sold in other countries as well.
I tell you what, they're beautiful on the front and back. The back has a different border for each point value. And the cards told you a lot more information about the monsters than you were originally presented with when you bought them on the, what do you call those things?
The little pamphlet?
Yeah.
Yeah. I actually found recently 3 more packs. I bought these at a flea market in New Jersey. We used to get these there was a 5 and Dime near our house, a place called Lesher's that I used to buy them at. And there was also a store in this little, like, antique mall type building in Quakertown that I used to buy them in all the time. I haven't seen Monster in My Pocket cards in a long time, but I know this isn't a complete set. So we're
almost complete.
Almost complete. So we're gonna open them up. Here's a pack for you to open. I'm gonna open 2 packs. We'll see if we can find anybody that we need. Oh, I got one of the sticker mount. Oh, 2 of the sticker mountain pieces. There was oftentimes in 80s and 90s cards, there were stickers that made a bigger picture, and this basically made Monster Mountain. This one actually shows a diagram of how they go together, and this one has the checklist on the back. I don't think I necessarily saved these or tried to get them all, because I have very few of them in the binder. But now, monster cards. We've got the Hunchback, Catablopus,
Double and double.
the Harpy,
Double.
Karnak,
And triple.
oh, Winged
Double.
Panther,
Double.
the Mummy,
Double.
oh,
Hanover.
okay,
Double. Wendigo. Double. Mummy.
triple,
Triple. Sharon. Double. The Beast. He is beautiful.
I remember the last time I bought packs of these, which was a long time ago, but after they were like really around, when I got them at that antique mall in Quakertown, I opened like 6 packs, and the only card I got that I needed was Spring Hill Jack, but I was super excited to just have one more card. So I got my fingers crossed here that there's one more card in here that I can get excited about. Alright, I got a few more Sticker Mountain ones. Ooh, this one has the Hydra. And that's a really weird witch.
She was never a figure.
Anything like the art.
Yeah.
And this dinosaur does not really look like the art from anything. But it's got the Great Beast. Alright, so we got the monster.
Double.
The ogre.
Double.
Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Double.
Chimera.
Double.
Hobgoblin,
Double?
and the Red Cap.
Double!
3 packs and no new monsters.
That's how that goes.
Very disappointing.
It's childhood in a nutshell.
Yeah. All right, so I also have a comic book here. Now, the Monsters in My Pocket comic was made by Harvey Comics, the people that do Archie. But this little mini comic actually came from Shredded Wheats or something like that.
Yeah.
Nabisco. So clearly you got this and gave it to me because you probably had 2 of it. But this is probably like the beginning of the first issue, or maybe it's the whole first issue shrunk down. But it tells the story of there being 2 teams. It's got the warlock in here talking to the vampire. I assume then at some point they get shrunk down. Although maybe this whole first issue takes place in the monster world. There is some really great battle scenes. I'll have to scan this and put it in the video. That's awesome. All the monsters fighting each other. And an ad for the fan club. You know, and there's a pickup truck at the end, and they look tiny. So yeah, by the end of this, they're little. And there's the mountain. Oh, it's on the back too. All right, so that was kind of a fun thing, and this comic series went on for a little while, but I never had any of the issues as a kid besides the teaser one.
Now we see on the front of the comic, we see they're holding a fork and a key.
Yeah, there's a compass.
Yeah. Now the key was used as a weapon that you could throw at people in the video game.
Yes, the NES video game.
Now, my main enthusiasm was always for the figures themselves. And the video game didn't matter to me so much. I had a lot of great games. I didn't need a mediocre one. But this game came with a monster that came with nothing else. And here he is. Now, they did not tell you the name of this monster when you bought the video game, and he's not in the video game.
He's on the cover.
He's on the cover.
But he's not in the game.
He's worth 25 points.
All right.
I had my mother find a phone number for Konami and call them and wait on the phone to ask what was the name of this monster. And after about 25 minutes on the phone, she got someone who told her that the name of the monster is the Konami Monster. Which it isn't.
It's not.
As we found out later.
So, there was a 3rd series of Monsters in My Pocket that was sort of planned. There's a list of names that I found on the internet that I believe came from a coloring book or something like that from Europe. Somebody has compiled the list. And about 9 of those monsters were made into figures and released, but only as promotional items. One came with the NES game. There were a few in Canadian Frosted Flakes or Shredded Wheats or whatever. They were given away at Bob Big Boy as like a kid's meal prize. But they're fairly rare because they just weren't mass produced.
So you're saying there are 8 more that I don't have?
There are 8 Monsters in My Pocket you don't have. I have one of them somewhere.
What do you think they cost?
About $100 a piece is what I see on eBay. The one I have that I can't find right now, I bought for $0.25 at Q-Mart, a local flea market place. But back in the early 2000s, I just happened to be rummaging through some stuff. There was some Monsters in My Pockets and Battle Beasts, and I was like, I've never seen this one before. It has a point value. That's definitely a Monster in My Pocket. How much? $0.25? Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Walked away. But I set him aside somewhere, and unfortunately I have all this Monster in My Pocket stuff, but he wasn't with them. So I've been looking around. If I do find him, I'll either edit him in at the end of the video, or he'll get his own video someday, maybe. I don't know. I'll show, there definitely are pictures out there of all these monsters. They're not that rare in some parts of the world, but in the US they were very, very uncommon.
So if you're watching this in a part of the world where they were not rare, get on American eBay and do yourself a favor.
Yeah, or send us a set. I actually know quite a few NES collectors that need this to complete their game collections. People that have the games, the manuals, the boxes, but they can't complete the NES game because they don't have the monster. So I know a lot of people that would love to have that monster, and I'm always like, I know a guy who's got it. He's not parting with it, though.
No, he's not.
I think the last promotional slash merchandise item we have here is the official Monsters in My Pocket fan club. Cover up my parents' address there. This, we both, I think, were members of this. I know I was. I'm pretty sure I remember you saying you got your thing in the mail. Maybe even showed it to me. But they were identical, so...
It was somewhat underwhelming.
It was, but it was probably pretty cheap. You know, a couple bucks. I feel like we were supposed to get more newsletters down the road.
Yeah.
But we never got anything else. It was just like a one-time
I mean, it is a nice envelope.
It's a nice envelope. It's got the logo. It came with... I have some extra pamphlets in here. They weren't part of it. There was a little introductory thing that tells you what you got. There was an official membership card, which I lost mine. Mm-hmm. But I signed it as a kid. I kept it in my wallet with my Ghostbuster membership card that came with the Proton Pack. Mm-hmm. I don't know where that is either. It came with some stickers that I thought were really cool. Some of these actually have some slightly different art, like the Wendigo.
Oh, yeah.
It's in a different pose, and the Tenga's kind of crouching. Thought that was kind of cool to see them in a different way. You got a 3D red glass thing, like just the one side. These I actually stuck in here because the game is 2-player. When I was a kid one time. You got a pouch to keep your monsters in, which again features that artwork. Mm-hmm. This is the official membership card signed by the Vampire, co-leader, the Warlock, who's a co-leader, and Joe Morrison, Monster Master. And then Kevin M. Jones, official member. My, like, 3rd grade cursive.
Yeah.
And then this is the game. And I do remember playing this with you at least once. Probably only once. But you had to move your way up the mountain. And there were spaces that had, like, secret messages, like move back or lose a turn kind of things. And you had to use the little red glass mystery thing to decode it.
Oh, yeah.
Outrun the Manticore, move ahead 4. I think these tokens at the bottom maybe were supposed to be cut off. Yeah, cut out. I think we just figured out how to play it without that. We used some sort of other, like, pennies or something because we didn't want to damage it. Because, I don't know, even as kids we were collectors.
Yeah.
So that was the game. And again, it's that Monster Mountain theme that was so prevalent in the early Monsters in My Pockets. So, in the comments below, let us know if you've ever played the NES Monsters in My Pocket game. We played it a fair amount. I always liked that at the beginning it felt like Chip 'n Dale's Rescue Rangers. You're like in the house and you're really tiny.
Well, the gameplay is identical.
Yeah. And then by the end you like get outside, you go in the sewer, and it's like, you know, just did a little bit different.
They pasted monster sprites over the Chip 'n Dale's programming.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Some other weird stuff is the Warlock and the Minotaur in there from Series 2. But none of the good monsters from the comic are in the game except for the 2 you play. So you don't have to fight any
Frankenstein and Vampire.
Right, you play as Frankenstein and the Vampire. So like, the Scientist, the Invisible Man, and a few other ones that were good guys aren't in the game at all. But I remember playing it, and like every level would be like, oh, here's a new guy, Yeah, Who are the bosses going to be? Like Spring Hill Jack, the Kraken, Bigfoot's in the freezer, right? Mm-hmm. He's one of the bosses. And then the Warlock is the end final boss. Thanks for watching this super exciting, outrageous toy review. Make sure to like, subscribe, and check out our other videos. Hey boys and girls, I've got a bonus item for this video that I just picked up at RetroCon. Here we have the box to the Monster in My Pocket video. It comes with an included glow-in-the-dark monster. I got Yama from the Super Scary line. And down below here you can see some of the characters that are part of the good guy team. The Invisible Man, the Monster, the Werewolf, and the Mummy. That's the kind of style, the kind of goofy cartooniness of the TV special. Here's the VHS tape from inside the box. It's got a runtime of approximately 30 minutes. I saw this on TV one time as a kid, and I could have sworn it was the Warlock versus the Vampire and Frankenstein, but apparently it's Vampire versus Frankenstein in this one. When I saw it, I had no idea it was coming on. I just stumbled across it and was like, whoa, it's Monsters in My Pocket on TV? Very strange. But now I have it on VHS, so I'm going to have to break out the player and watch it. The side of the box shows the little girl that's helping the monsters out. The back of the package shows off a few more of the characters, including Medusa.